Welcome back to Adventures of an Art Historian. I'm starting a new series today, which is what I read in the month previous. So my first one will be what I read in January 2024. Now, I've always been a big reader. You can ask any one of my friends or family members. I used to beg my mom to take me to bookstores. And since my mom's a reading specialist, she really couldn't say no and had to basically get me books. And so I've always been a big reader, and that kind of fell off after school and then starting grad school. But one of my goals is to continue with the love of reading that I rekindled in 2023. And so I read 4 books in January 2024. I'll put them up on the screen next to me, and then I will also link them in the description if any of these sound like they are up your alley. Now, I usually read mysteries, history mysteries, thriller, history nonfiction. Those are kind of the genres that I like to stay in. So the first 2 books that I read, well, I actually read them 1 and 3 this month, but they're part of the same series, so I want to talk about them together. It's called the Magdalene series, and they're by Kathleen McGowan. The first one is The Expected One, and the second one is The Book of Love. I read these about, like 10 years ago, and I really love them. I went through a hardcore Mary Magdalene phase after the Da Vinci Code came out when I was in 8th grade, and it's kind of just stuck around. I think she's a fascinating character. I love early Christianity. That's really where my research is from my graduate work, and so I wanted to revisit these because the author, Kathleen McGowan, said that she's writing a 4th book, which, I think the last one came out like 10 years ago. So this is exciting, and it's about Anne Boleyn, my absolute favorite historical character. So in order to prepare to buy the 4th one, I went ahead and read 1 and 2 just to refresh myself on the story. I gave them both 4 stars. They're really interesting, well-written, good stories. I think that McGowan does a great job of using the historical perspective of these people, and the theories are what they are of Jesus being married to Mary Magdalene, but that doesn't really matter. It's an interesting theory, and I think it's fun to have different books about it, and I've read many of them. I really, really do like the way she writes the historical figures, though. The main character, Maureen, a little bit of a Mary Sue, but I'm willing to look past it because I do think the story. Another book I read this month was also a reread. 3 out of 4 were rereads. I'm trying to finish series that I never finished. So this one's called Stalking Jack the Ripper, and it's by Carrie Maniscalco. Amazing. I gave it 5 stars the first time around, but I decided to give it 4 stars this time. I think that, again, the main character has a little bit of pick-me-girl energy, but from what I remember, she kind of grows out of it. She is only 17. I also am a huge true crime fan besides being a historian, and so Jack the Ripper has always fascinated me because it kind of bridges those gaps of history and true crime. And it's a great story about how she figures out who Jack the Ripper is. Lots of twists and turns. I already knew what was coming, but I still remember the first time I read it, I was like taken aback by all of the turns. There are 3 other books in the series, and I think I got halfway through book 3 and I had to quit. Not because it was bad, it's just it was a little scary, and I never went back and revisited it. So that's another goal I have, is finishing series that I started but never finished. The final book I read this month was a brand new one to me. A little bit shocking. It's called The First Apostle, and it's by James Becker. I love history mysteries, and I love early Christianity, as I've already said in this video. So when I found this book for like $2 at a used bookstore near me, I was super duper excited. Picked up the first in the series, figured if it sucked, it was $2. I'll donate it. If it's great, then I found a great series to read. This one was super exciting. It was about kind of the origins of Christianity and its relationship with the Roman Empire. There's murder, there's intrigue, there's the Vatican, all things that make for a great book in my opinion. I really enjoyed the pace of the mystery. The main character I felt more well-rounded than some other ones I read this month. He had some incompetencies, but he also had a lot of strength. I can't wait to pick up the next one. I know it's at the library, but I do love physical books too, so I think next time I go to the used bookstore with my boyfriend, I'm gonna look to see if they have the others in the series. And I'm super excited to have found a new history mystery series because your girl can't get enough of them. So that's what I read in January. I have already started reading a February book. It's nonfiction, it's research for some blog posts and videos I'm gonna do over on my other channel at Accessible Art History, shameless plug. And I'm really excited to see what that one has. It's like 600 pages long, so it might be the only book I read. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.